In this video, I will discuss about LCM of given numbers in both C language and Python language. At first, I will advise you to watch my video with the help of Chrome browser in desktop mode for high quality or high resolution video. Okay. So, how to find LCM of given numbers? Suppose we have three numbers 4, 8 and 6. Okay, for finding the LCM, the steps are: at first we have to find out the largest number, that is 8. Then if all three numbers, with the help of all three numbers, the largest number is divisible, then the largest number is the LCM. So 8 is not divisible by 6, so we have to multiply the largest number consecutively, at first by 2, then check, then multiply the largest number by 3, then check. So at first multiply by 2, it will become 16. 16 is not divisible by 6, so multiply by 3, it will be 24, and 24 is divisible by 4, 8 and 6, so 24 is the LCM. This logic we have to implement in C language. Okay, so at first we need to take an array, inside which array we will store the given numbers by the user. So suppose integer array, maximum element suppose 100. Okay, now we have to take input from the user. I am using a variable named x for index. For x equals to 0, so we need to define how many numbers the user wants to enter. Suppose I am taking a variable named n to store how many numbers the user wants to enter. So scanf, I am not using the printf function here. Okay, %d comma ampersand n. Suppose user set 5 numbers, I want to find out the LCM of 5 numbers, so the number 5 will be stored inside the variable n. Then for x equals to 0, x lesser n, x plus plus. Okay, so now user have to enter all the 5 numbers. Scanf %d ampersand a of x. X is the index number and the name of the array is a. Okay, after that we have to find out the maximum number. I am taking a variable named m. Within this variable I will store the maximum number. So again for loop is required. For x equals to 0, x lesser n, I want to access all the numbers, then x plus plus. Okay, now I have to write the code inside this parenthesis if. So at first I am defining the value of m is 0. Okay, if m less than a of x, if m is less than a of x, then what will happen? That value, that larger value will be stored inside m. So m equal a of x. In this way, after ending this loop, the maximum number will be stored inside the variable m. Now we have to divide the maximum number by all the given numbers. So another one for loop is required. For x equals 0, x lesser n, x plus plus. Okay, so within this for loop, if m is divisible by the numbers m modular division a of x. If this become equals to 0, means m is divisible by a of x, then what will happen? We need another variable. Okay, why am I using this counter variable, I will discuss later. Suppose c, another name of variable. Okay, so then we need to initialize the value of c here. Suppose I am initializing the value of c equals to 0. If m modular division x equal 0, then we will increment the value of c plus plus. Okay, after ending this loop, if c equal 0, that will indicate that all the numbers successfully divide the maximum number. Okay, suppose there are 4 numbers. If the maximum number is divisible by each number, then the counter c will equal to the numbers present inside that array. Okay, if c equal n, it means this m is the LCM of the given numbers. Okay, then if c equal n, no need to continue the loop, break. Okay, but we have to continue the loop until or unless the maximum number or the multiple of maximum number is divisible by all the numbers. So we need another loop. Inside that loop, this whole code will be there. So I'm taking another loop, suppose while loop. The condition should be always true, so I am using while 1, starting the loop from here. Don't worry, at the end of the writing the code, I will discuss whole the programs again and it will be crystal clear for you. So patiently watch the whole video. If c equal n, break or not. Else case, what will happen? Else case is that, writing the else case here, another variable we need for multiplying m, suppose I. Okay, so at first, starting the for loop, m should be copied into another variable. I am taking named p. Why I am taking, I will discuss later. Okay, just watch. So the variable p equals to m. At first we copy the value of m inside p. This should be outside the loop, okay, not inside the loop. Now we find the maximum number, then I am copying the number into another variable named p. Now come here. If the if condition fail, then come to the else part, and the value of I should be plus plus. The value of I should be increment. At first 2, then 3. In this way it will continue. So initially the value of I should be equals to 1. Then it will become 2, 3, like this. Then p equals to m, the maximum number, multiplied by the I. Okay, so then here outside the while loop we will write printf LCM equals to %d comma p will be the value of the LCM. So at first I will run the code and check any error is present inside the code or not. Run, error is there. So semicolon is missing here. Okay, run this. So the error is that we have to conclude the bracket of while loop here. Now run the code. Suppose I want to enter the three numbers, 3. Then I have to give the input. I'm giving 6, 8, 12. The LCM is 24. Okay, let's come back to the code and try to understand the code carefully. We are going to find out LCM of a given number. At first, we need to store the given input numbers inside an array. The array is taken A, which can store maximum up to 100 elements. We can increment or decrement the size of array as per our requirement. Then scan a %d ampersand n. This indicates I am asking the user how many numbers you want to give input for finding the LCM. Okay, suppose user says I want to find out the LCM of given 10 numbers. So that number 10 will be stored inside the variable named n. Then we need a for loop for storing the given numbers. For x equals 0, x less than n, x plus plus. Scan a %d ampersand a of x. User continues to input the number 4, that will be stored in a of 0. Then suppose user give 8, that will be stored in a of 1, like this. Okay, then we need to find out the maximum number inside that array. For that we are taking another for loop, and at first I am storing the value of 0 inside that variable within which the maximum number will be stored. If m lesser than a of x, at first it will compare with a of 0. If the initial number is greater than the 0, then that number will be stored inside the m. Then again it will check the m is greater than or less from the next number. In this way, after ending this loop, the maximum number will be stored inside m. Now we are copying the maximum number inside another variable named p. Then we are starting a loop. C equals to 0. C is a counter variable. Then using the next for loop, we will divide the maximum number with the help of each given numbers. If all the given numbers can divide the maximum number, then the maximum number is the LCM of given numbers. If not, then we have to multiply the maximum number at first by 2, then by 3, then by 4, in this way. So we need to increment the value of I continuously. Okay, so the p which is the multiple of m means the maximum number, p is the multiple of the maximum number, which number is divisible by all the given numbers, that will be the LCM of given numbers. So p will be the answer. Okay, now write the same code in Python language. So at first I am taking a blank list named a, then n equals to integer input, how many numbers, okay, that will be stored in n. Then we need a for loop for suppose y in range 0, n numbers. Okay, space is required. Then we have to take input of the numbers from the user, x equals to input. Okay, then we have to store the numbers inside that array. So append function we have to use, append of x. The number is stored inside that array. Now we need to find the maximum number. M equals to max function, max of a. So maximum number is stored inside the variable named m. Now we have to divide m with the help of all the numbers. So again for loop is required for y in range 0, n. Okay, then in the same way we have to copy the number inside another variable named p. Okay, now we have to start a while loop, while 1. Okay, space is required obviously. Then inside the while loop, counter variable is required, equals to 0. For x in range 0, n, we have to divide the maximum number p by all the numbers. So if p modular division a of y equal 0, then we have to increment the value of c plus equal 1. Okay, then after ending the for loop, we have to check the c is equal with n or not. If c equal n, that means p is the LCM. So we need break. In the else case, we have to increment the value of I plus equal 1. This should be any smaller capital, whatever we will choose. So we need to define the value of I at first. Suppose here I am defining the I equal to 0. Then we have to multiply the m by I. So p equals to m multiplied by I. Okay, then outside the while loop we have to write print LCM equals to comma p is the value of the LCM. Let's run the code. Suppose I am giving the same 3 numbers here, 1 3, another suppose giving 6, another number giving suppose 12, 3 6 12. The LCM is 12 obviously. Okay, run again. Suppose giving another 3 numbers, 1 is 3, another number is suppose 9, suppose another number is 15. Okay, the LCM is 45. Okay, the code is correct and I think it is clear to you. If you have any doubt about this programming, comment on the comment box section and follow this channel for the upcoming videos on the series parallel learning of C and Python. I think it will be beneficial for you. Okay, thank you.